Mr. Mayor, members of council, you're at the ordinance section of today's agenda. The first ordinance is an ordinance to recognize Act number 421 of the 2016 session of the Georgia General Assembly as the charter of the city of South Fulton, to provide an effective date and for other purposes.
Mr. City Attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to leap ahead a little bit. You've got three ordinances in front of you. This first one enacts or recognizes Act 421 as the charter of the city, effectively your constitution of the city. The next one is an ordinance to allow you to create a code of ordinances. It's effectively putting the book together that you can now start putting in your own city ordinances. And the third is the first of those ordinances, which is one that addresses how you conduct meetings, ethics, and elections going forward, as well as some introductory ordinances on the budget process for the city.
Okay. I will entertain a motion to adopt an ordinance to recognize Act number 421 of the 2016 legislation of General Assembly as the charter of the city.
I move to make a motion to adopt an ordinance of the mayor and the council of the city of South Fulton, Georgia, to recognize Act number 421 of the 2016 session of the Georgia General Assembly as the charter of the city of South Fulton, to provide an effective date and for other purposes.
Second.
It's properly moved in second. Any discussion? Hearing none, those who approve say aye.
Aye.
That being unanimous, it is approved.
Your next item is an ordinance of the city of South Fulton, Georgia, adopting and enacting a new code for city of South Fulton, Georgia, and for other purposes.
Mr. City Attorney.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this is the one that establishes that you are going to be creating a code of ordinances. This is your law book, so to speak. This is where this creates the book, if you will, where you will start compiling the ordinances that will govern the city of South Fulton as Fulton County's own ordinances become replaced.
Okay. I accept the motion to adopt the code of ordinances for the city of South Fulton.
I move that we adopt the ordinance of the city of South Fulton, Georgia, adopting and enacting a new code for the city of South Fulton and for other purposes. Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let us vote. Aye. Please let us vote. That's unanimous, I think. That's unanimous. That motion passes.
And your last ordinance is an ordinance to adopt governing ordinances for city council meetings, also known as the operational ordinances.
Mr. City Attorney.
Mr. Mayor, let me preface this one. This ordinance is in large part, in most part, the product of volunteers who assisted the city of South Fulton transition team and the incorporation efforts. They have prepared numerous ordinances. This is simply the first, and I want to personally thank them for their work on preparing the set of ordinances. The one before you sets up how it's a general operating ordinance. It discusses how the code is to be interpreted. You find that in any code book, whether it's state law, federal law, or municipal law. It sets up how your meetings are going to take place, that Robert's Rules of Order control what public comment looks like, what a public hearing looks like, and the authority of the mayor as presiding officer. Consistent with state law and the charter, there's a provision for elections going forward in a few years in terms of what that will also, how that will be governed from a city level. There's also in Chapter 4, consistent with your charter, an ethics policy, mostly addressing conflicts of interest and things that were raised in your oath to the city and for the state as well. Finally, there are some very rudimentary provisions in there about how the city will begin to prepare its budget. There's a lot of room for the city to begin to make policy decisions on that. So you see within the ordinance a lot of times that it will say reserved, and that's because those are going to be policy decisions for the city. But in terms of preparing a budget, there's some very basic provisions within this ordinance.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to accept an ordinance to adopt ordinances governing city council meetings.
I make a motion for the adoption of ordinances governing city council meeting.
Properly moved and second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Those in favor, aye. That is unanimous, and the motion passes. Mr. Clerk, at this time, I will start from my right to my left. If any of my colleagues have any other business.
District 2, just look out for the communications to let you know what's happening in our district.
District 3 does not have any additional, business, but look out for communication. Can't hear.
District 5 does not have any additional information, business.
District 6 has no additional information. Please visit khalidcares.com, KHALID as in David cares.com, and sign up for further updates.
District 7, please, be on the lookout for information in reference to, a redo for the jump house party, where the 3-year-old and the 5-year-old were shot in Puerto Rico subdivision. It's gonna be coming up real soon, and I'm gonna make sure you guys get all the information regarding that.
Okay. Hearing no other business, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
So be it. The first inaugural meeting of South Fulton is over.